Hi all, I will be sharing about Piedmont in this clip. Just like the video on Veneto, I will not be delving into each wine region here in Piedmont since there's already plenty of coverage on that. These are my personal study notes that I use to help me understand and remember the regions better, and I hope they help you too. A brief introduction before we go any further. While Veneto reigns as the largest wine producing region in Italy, Piedmont produces the highest proportion of quality wines. Wine regions within Piedmont are all classified DOC or DOCG, the highest quality tier. There are no IGTs, meaning if you are producing wines in Piedmont that do not meet the requirements stipulated, it can only be classified as table wine, which doesn't fetch a good price. From a winemaker's perspective, it does not make economic sense to make wines that stray from the DOC or DOCG requirements. So wines from Piedmont are generally quite consistent. Nebbiolo takes the crown as the most sacred grape here, if not the most sacred Italian variety, where it's used to make age-worthy Barolos and Barbarescos. But the most widely planted red grape here is the Barbera. Other notable red varieties include Freisa, Brachetto, Grinolino and Dolcetto. Notable whites include Arnis, Cortese, Moscato and a lesser-known white variety called Erbaluce that is used exclusively in wines made under the Erbaluce di Caluso DOCG. The terrain of Piedmont is dominated by the Swiss Alps, as with most of northern Italy. Cradled by the Swiss Alps along its western boundary, all the way from north to south, Piedmont is shielded from the frigid alpine air, and while near the Ligurian Sea, is buffered from the maritime influence by Liguria, leaving it cocooned in a classic intercontinental climate. The center of Piedmont is elevated, as you can see from the region's shaded dark green, joining up with the terrain of Liguria in the south. If I were to shade the elevated regions, it would look like this, a capital letter G. Guess this is Piedmont's way of saying they have been putting the G in DOC since the beginning. 3 rivers are highlighted in the study guide, the Sesia, Po and Tanaro, all of which originate from the Alps before joining up with Po at the eastern border of Piedmont. Po and the Sesia run through the fertile flatlands, while Tanaro runs east, cutting through the central elevated region. There are other smaller waterways in the region, but only these 3 are featured to avoid cluttering the map. The temperature mapping matches nicely with the terrain, where the flatlands are warmer, and the elevated areas at the Alpine foothills and the central region a few degrees cooler. The wine regions can all be found within the elevated areas within the shaded G. The Po River conveniently divides Piedmont into 2. The main bulk of the wine regions can be found south of Po, and a handful are scattered northwards. Regions known for their reds are shaded in red, while those known for whites are shaded in pale yellow. The handful of red wine regions north of Po all produce Nebbiolo-based blends that are lighter in style. Here, Nebbiolo is known as Spana and is usually blended with Coretina, Vespolina and Uva Rara. Gattinara and Gamay are the more notable regions here, though others such as Lezona and Farah deserve attention as well. As mentioned earlier, the white grape Erbaluce is used exclusively for wines made under the Erbaluce di Caluso DOCG. You'll find a larger variety of grapes being used in the regions south of Po. Other than Nebbiolo, other varieties include Barbera, Brachetto, Grinolino, Dolcetto and Freisa, bottled as single varietals. Notable white varieties include Arnis and Cortese, found in the Roero and Gavi DOCGs respectively, while Moscato can be widely found in the Asti region. A word of caution, I used the map from the CSW study guide as a reference in drawing these wine regions. There are plenty of other sources online that feature other wine regions that are not mentioned in the study guide. For example, here's one from Wine Folly. And here's one more from Mappery.com. There are some regions in the west and extreme north that are not shown in the study guide. The general areas agree, but the boundaries of the individual regions can vary quite a bit. It can get quite confusing seeing all these wine maps from various sources. Since the exam only focuses on content exclusively from the study guide, I have done likewise. and limited the level of detail to only what's required, but it would be wise to compare maps from various sources to further your learning. I hope the video has been useful. If you like it, please like, share, subscribe, the usual. Stay tuned for the next video on Tuscany.